Disney stars, teen heartthrobs, and one half of a stoner comedy duo. They've all had huge success in Hollywood, but whether it's waiting tables or bagging groceries, every one of them ended up in a normal job. It's been a good couple of years for Pamela Anderson, with her 2024 film The Last Showgirl attracting Oscar buzz for the former Baywatch star. Amidst all the recent success, it may shock some fans that, for a brief moment, Anderson took on a side gig of dog walking.
I prefer dogs.
During her run on Broadway, Anderson was separated from her 4 dogs living in Canada, but remedied this by offering her services as an unpaid professional dog walker. Speaking to the New York Post, one dog owner praised Anderson's treatment of his Irish setter, Dash, saying, "Pam got wonderful reviews playing Roxy Hart in Chicago, but Dash is her biggest fan." Anderson likely won't be setting up shop as a professional dog walker anytime soon, given she has a lot on her plate between award season appearances and upcoming projects like Akiva Schaffer's The Naked Gun. Drew Barrymore's breakout role was as Gertie in E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
E.T. phone home.
She immediately became one of the biggest child stars of the 1980s, even hosting Saturday Night Live at 7 years old. But the life of a child star wasn't all glitz and glam for Barrymore. Her public image was severely damaged due to rehab stints for substance abuse and a rebellious streak in her teens. At 15, Barrymore successfully petitioned to become emancipated from her parents and declared a legal adult. As she recounted in her memoir Wildflower, she moved into her own apartment and got a job at a nearby coffee house. "I wasn't great at my job. I wasn't really great at anything. I'd only done 2 things, acted and had wild life experiences, but neither of those prepares you for the real world." The coffee house job ended up introducing Barrymore to her best friend and future co-star, Cameron Diaz. In later years, Barrymore was able to rehabilitate her public image, eventually becoming a bankable star yet again, with films like The Wedding Singer and 50 First Dates. Since 2020, she's been hosting The Drew Barrymore Show on CBS. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is best known for playing Randy, the mischievous son of Tim Allen's Tim Taylor on Home Improvement. But Thomas didn't love being a child star and decided to take the opportunity to attend Harvard University in 2000. Thomas's acting jobs are few and far between in the 21st century, including several guest spots on Allen's follow-up sitcom Last Man Standing. He graduated from Columbia University in 2010, but hasn't appeared on screen since 2015. What he's been doing since, surprisingly, isn't too far from the entertainment industry. In 2017, Thomas was voted to become a board member of the SAG-AFTRA union. He ran for re-election and retained his seat in 2019, a position he still holds to this day. Aside from that job, Thomas has been enjoying a more peaceful life, telling People magazine, "It was a great period in my life, but it doesn't define me. When I think back on the time, I focus on the good moments I had, not that I was on a lot of magazine covers." Angus T. Jones was 10 years old when he was cast as Jake on 2.5 Men. By the time he was 17, Jones was the highest paid child actor on television at the time, earning $300,000 per episode. A few years later, the actor's life took a drastic turn when he became involved with the Forerunner Christian Church and denounced the show that made him famous.
"I'm on 2.5 Men. I don't want to be on it. Please stop watching it. Please stop filling your head with filth."
By 2014, Jones had officially departed from the show, aside from a cameo during the series finale in 2015. Jones later apologized for his harsh remarks about the show, blaming it on a brief, fatalistic view of the world. In the after years, Jones became the president of entertainment for Tonight, an event production company. Although Jones recently reunited with Sheen and 2.5 Men creator Chuck Lorre in a cameo for the Max comedy series Bucky, the former sitcom actor seemingly has no plans to return to Hollywood. Amanda Bynes debuted on the Nickelodeon sketch series All That, later getting her own series, The Amanda Show. Her film career included hits like She's the Man and Easy A. But in the 2010s, she made headlines for a series of mental health episodes, placing her in a conservatorship in 2013. The conservatorship was officially terminated in 2022, but Bynes suffered another psychotic episode in 2023, after agreeing to appear in an All That reunion panel. As it turns out, there were a lot of disgusting moments behind the scenes of The Amanda Show, exposed by Quiet on Set, a docuseries released in 2024.
For me, looking back at The Amanda Show is really a kind of sad and strange experience.
Thankfully, though, things seem to be getting better for Bynes after she announced on Instagram that she was taking a step back from the limelight to settle into a normal, steady job for the first time.
"I'm really looking forward to starting my clothing line."
Bynes has continued to share updates about her journey via social media, having re-enrolled in school to pass the board exam for a manicurist license. Returning to acting is unlikely. She told Paper magazine in 2018 that her self-image had been damaged by her role in Easy A, saying, "I was convinced that I should never be on camera again, and I officially retired on Twitter, which was, also stupid." Kal Penn is most recognizable as one half of the Harold and Kumar duo, but he also made appearances in TV shows like House and How I Met Your Mother. Many fans may be surprised to learn that in 2009, Penn was hired as an associate director of the White House's Office of Public Engagement and Intergovernmental Affairs in Barack Obama's administration.
I've worked on a lot of fun movies, but my favorite job was having a boss who gave the order to take out bin Laden.
Penn admitted in his 2021 memoir, You Can't Be Serious, that he actually got his first White House job with the Obamas by applying online, rather than leveraging his celebrity status. As he wrote of his interview with advisor Valerie Jarrett, as the interview wrapped up, I needed to settle any jitters I had about the reasons for my employment once and for all. Valerie, can you assure me I'm not being hired just because I'm a recognizable actor? VJ looked me in the eye and said, I can assure you that you're being hired in spite of it. Penn left the position in 2010 to return to acting, which ironically included playing a White House staffer in the thriller series Designated Survivor. Penn was rehired during Obama's second term as part of the President's Committee on the Arts and Humanities. He resigned from the committee in 2017, protesting Donald Trump's remarks on the Charlottesville riots. Chris Owen had a promising acting career, most notably playing Chuck the Shermanator Sherman in the 1999 comedy American Pie.
I'm a sophisticated sex robot sent back through time to change the future for one lucky lady.
He went on to appear in every sequel to the American Pie franchise, including the direct-to-video movie American Pie Presents Bandcamp. More recently, Owen was spotted working as a waiter at a sushi restaurant in Santa Monica. As he told the New York Daily News, "Life doesn't always go the way you planned. I love acting, and this job lets me stay in the fight." When Fast Times at Ridgemont High was released in 1982, boys around the world became enamored with Phoebe Cates. For better or worse, her iconic scene in the film was described by Rolling Stone as the most memorable bikini drop in cinema history. By the end of the 1980s, however, she was already looking for a way out of Hollywood. It should come as no surprise then that Cates quit Hollywood to raise a family with her husband, actor Kevin Kline. Her final film role before retirement was in 2001's The Anniversary Party. Nevertheless, Cates has stayed quite busy outside of her acting career. In 2005, she opened a boutique store, Blue Tree, in New York City, where she currently lives with her husband and children. Not only is the store still around to this day, but Cates has even been spotted working the counter in recent years. Few people have done as much as Bridgit Mendler has done in 32 years. She got her start in acting at 11 years old, appearing in shows like the Disney Channel's Wizards of Waverly Place. As a side gig, Mendler pursued a career in pop music, resulting in her debut album, Hello, My Name Is, charting on the Billboard 200.
The writing process is so exciting, and it's always fun, and it's always inspiring, and it's always challenging.
As if all that wasn't enough, Mendler has also been pursuing a bachelor's degree in anthropology at the University of Southern California throughout the early 2010s, but dropped out in 2016. In 2018, she joined the graduate program at MIT, specializing in media arts and sciences, which she graduated from 2 years later. Even then, she still wasn't done with education, pursuing a PhD at MIT and earning yet another degree from Harvard Law. In 2020, she founded a satellite startup called Northwood Space, which she started exploring as a new career path during the COVID-19 pandemic. In an interview for Hero magazine, Mendler said, I think I started to feel a bit of that disconnect with what I was doing in my day-to-day in entertainment and started to put out feelers into more of the research domain. I grew up with parents who said, do something in your life that matters. Dylan Sprouse got his start on the Disney Channel show The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but later attended New York University where he studied video game design. Surprisingly, he found himself doing something completely different by the end of the decade. In 2018, Sprouse opened All Wise Meadery, a craft mead company in Brooklyn. As he told Vanity Fair, I think that if you are an actor or if you are an entertainer and you don't invest in something that is more stable than the commission job that is acting, then you are a fool.
When drinking mead, and any other alcohol for that matter, you speak to the past, and it speaks back to you.
Sprouse was right, as All Wise Meadery grossed over $1 million in 2019 alone. Although their physical locations ended up closing due to the pandemic, the actor also co-founded a protein-based Icelandic yogurt company called Thor's Skier. You may remember Katheryn Winnick from her breakout role as Lagertha in the History Channel series Vikings. Few female characters on television have kicked as much butt as she did, and it's all thanks to Winnick's deep background in martial arts. She received her first black belt at the age of 13, and by her early 20s, she was operating 3 taekwondo studios in Toronto, Canada. That background even led her to Hollywood, teaching martial arts on movie sets before her first role at 17. Although she's now been nominated for a Critics' Choice Award for her performance in Vikings, Winnick hasn't left her martial arts background in the past. In 2015, she opened Winkai Women's Self-Defense, a training initiative to teach women self-defense for free. Winnick said on Live with Kelly and Ryan that she's also a certified bodyguard.
Every set that I go to or am part of, I teach the crew members and the other actors, and something I think is really important.
In 2022, she also started the Winnick Foundation to fund the needs of Ukrainian survivors and is an ambassador for United 24's fundraising efforts. Amidst all this work, Winnick paused her break from TV for Big Sky, a crime drama series on ABC. Geoffrey Owens graduated from Yale University, starred in The Cosby Show, and has made several appearances in shows like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and That's So Raven. And yet, the internet was surprised to discover in 2018 that the actor who played Elvin on The Cosby Show was working as a cashier at a Trader Joe's in New Jersey.
People have a very false, erroneous impression of the kind of income I make because I was on that show.
Many celebrities came to Owens' defense from social media job shaming, but the publicity ended up being quite good for his career. Shortly after the news went viral, Tyler Perry offered Owens a recurring role in his own drama, The Haves and the Have-Nots. Owens told the Big Tigger morning show that he actually quit his job at Trader Joe's by then, saying, "It was strange because someone had been in the store taking pictures of me, and I was like, well, now that this is breaking, I'm not going to feel comfortable working in this store wondering who's around with a camera." Although Owens has since made appearances in films like Ezra and Mr. Santa, A Christmas Extravaganza, he still struggles to make a living as an actor and has even gone back to Trader Joe's to ask for more hours. 1984's 16 Candles jump-started the careers of Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael Hall as members of the Brat Pack, but one actor has faded from the limelight in the decades since the film's release, Michael Schoeffling, who starred in the film as Jake, the love interest of Ringwald's Samantha. Although he followed up 16 Candles with appearances in 1985's Vision Quest and 1991's Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, Schoeffling made the bold choice to abandon his acting career in pursuit of a much more humble profession. After his final film appearance, Schoeffling left Hollywood with his wife to open up a furniture store in Pennsylvania. The company has done pretty well, opening up several locations throughout the state, as well as in Florida. As for his acting career, Schoeffling has made no return, not even to give an interview. Not everyone who starred in one of the biggest shows from the Disney Channel went on to become a huge superstar like Selena Gomez. Jennifer Stone was also in the cast of Wizards of Waverly Place, but her acting career didn't extend far beyond her Disney days. Instead, she ended up finding her passion in much more important pursuits. In 2020, Stone shared on social media that she had finished nursing school and finally became a registered nurse right as COVID-19 had broken out nationwide. Talking to Teen Vogue about her commitment to helping frontline workers in the middle of the global pandemic, she said, "It's very difficult and it's an odd time to start working, but I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to actually be able to help." Anyone who grew up watching iCarly on Nickelodeon probably still has dreams of Neville Papperman and his indignant promise that Carly and her friends would rue the day they crossed him. But revenge is at the bottom of the list of priorities for Neville's actor, Reed Alexander, whose acting career was put on hold while he earned a graduate degree in journalism from Columbia University. After a few stints at the Wall Street Journal and CNN, Alexander got a job as a correspondent for Insider, covering not just entertainment news but world news, politics, and mental health. And that's not all he's been involved with in the years since child acting. He reprised his role as Neville Papperman in 2 episodes of Paramount Plus's iCarly reboot, and also published a cookbook in 2013 focused on eating healthy. Since 2022, Alexander has also been teaching journalism at the University of Miami, adding yet another bullet point to his ever-growing resume. Panabaker had a lot of promise as a performer in the 2000s. She started out her acting career on the WB drama Summerland, in which she played the whip-smart Nikki. After winning a Young Artist Award in 2005 for that performance, Panabaker's acting career continued with a 6-episode stint on CSI: Crime Scene Investigation, a lead role in the ABC dramedy No Ordinary Family, and a lead role in the 2009 remake of the musical Fame.
There are some things success is not. It's not fame, it's not money or power.
But Panabaker's life took a sharp right turn when she started attending UCLA in search of a different life. It was there that she found a new passion, animals. As she told Naperville magazine about her decision to leave Hollywood, "I no longer had that love, that passion. I was 21 at the time. No Ordinary Family ended. I spent a couple years after that in LA still auditioning, but the passion wasn't there." After enrolling in a zoology program in Gainesville, Florida, Panabaker got a job as an animal keeper at Disney World Orlando, where she still works to this day.